Hi everyone. Thanks for joining me at Zone 3 here. Great to see everyone here. I hope you're having a good time. My name is Shi Wei. I'm from the IRAS Data and Partnerships team, and I'm very happy and honored to be here with Dr. Yap to share with you this very exciting product and solution, one-stop payroll. So before I begin, I think I'm taking a leave from my bosses. I think as IRAS staff, we like to ask this question here. So just a show of hands, who here is filing and paying taxes here in Singapore? Just a show of hands. I should see most, if not all of you, right? Yeah. Let me take this one notch further, right? So who here is a business owner or an employer, and you're actually helping to manage, your payroll, your employment submissions for your employees? Just a show of hands here. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so that's where the process or the ball game is very different, and we understand that it's a tedious process. And just to cite Gregor in the keynote speech, we hope that this product will be the fruit salad to solve your problems, right? So what exactly is One-Stop Payroll? One-Stop Payroll is an integrated digital initiative that simplifies reporting and regulatory processes for employers when transacting with the government. So in particular, One-Stop Payroll allows employers to make seamless submissions of payroll and employment-related information to IRAS, to CPF Board, and to MOM directly from your payroll software via API. So the key benefits of One-Stop Payroll are as follows. First, I think the product allows for seamless, simple, and accurate submissions because it makes use of data directly from your payroll software, and it does away with manual data entry and preparation. Second, the initiative is one that integrates with the natural systems of businesses, right? So we're not looking to create a new form, a new login portal, a new platform, right? But we use what you have been familiar with doing, right? So we integrate directly with your payroll software so that there is little to no change in your business processes. Third, we hope to ultimately support businesses in terms of driving productivity and reducing costs, right? And lastly, I think we hope to provide a one government experience that you're able to meet multiple reporting obligations across multiple agencies, across multiple use cases, using the same product and solution, right? So when coming up with the product, I think that the team had to be very clear about the pain points and the challenges faced by businesses, and these are the challenges that we hope to address in the product. So first, as I mentioned, this include the multiple and very painful submission process. So this may be theoretical, but I just had a look at the current state of play, right? And you can tell from the diagram here that for each submission now, it is done through separate platforms. And within each platform, there are multiple forms, there are multiple appendices to the form, multiple optional data fields, right? And it varies across the agencies. Your file format varies, your data field varies, your frequency varies, right? So you can imagine how painful that is. Second is to really reduce the administrative burden on businesses face when meeting their payroll needs, and to reduce the compliance complexity, right? There's so many technical jargons, right, out there. What may be regarded as wages may not be applicable for CPF, may not be taxable, and so on and so forth. So it can be very stressful and overwhelming for businesses, right? And we hope to be able to alleviate all this. And lastly, of course, is the potential for greater integration with your natural systems, your payroll software. Because if you think about it, these are information that already exists in your systems, in your software, and we're making use of those information to do the submissions anyway. So why not have a common product, right? So far, based on the soft launch with select users and businesses and payroll software providers, I think the results has been quite promising, very promising indeed. And we found that on average, One-Stop Payroll does save businesses an average of about half an hour for the submissions to agencies, right? And this is effectively halving the time needed for you to do your preparation, your submissions, and your validations. And if you talk about bigger businesses with greater volumes of records, more complex obligations and structures, and if you multiply this across, the filings that have to be done across the business base, across time, I think the savings in terms of time, cost, and effort is immense. It's really massive. And I think this is the value and benefits that the team hopes to deliver and drive and bring across. So yeah, let me just briefly share some of the testimonials and feedback that we've gotten from some of our select users and clients. Of course, I only chose the good ones. Okay, yeah. So right now, I think we are really in the thick of product launch. We have a good base of software providers and partners and businesses, and we're really looking to scale up, in terms of adoption, both from the payroll vendor and partner point of view, and also from businesses themselves, right? So as you can tell here, I think we have been shamelessly plugging ourselves in whatever platform and whatever events and forums that we can find ourselves in, including today's session. If you have time, please feel free to hit me up, to ask any questions to find out more about the product. I thought to end off my segment with this slide. I think some of you may be asking, what is IRAS? What is the taxman doing here, in Stack, right? And what are we doing here working with GovTech? And I think if you take a step back, really, this is really testament and a reflection, right, of our recognition that our role as a tax administration has been evolving beyond just a regulator, a tax authority, but also really looking forward to partnering with our ecosystem partners, right, to co-create with solution providers on products, digital solutions, also with other government agencies to find commonalities across use cases to push this one government experience. And lastly, I think a successful digital product, right, requires good and robust tech infra and backbone, and this is where Apex comes in, right? And I'm very thankful to have had the chance to partner with the awesome, amazing team from the GovTech Apex team. And I think this is a perfect opportunity and segue for me to introduce Dr. Yap, the Director and Head of the GovTech Data Engineering Practice and Products, to share more about Apex as a platform. Thanks a lot.
Hi, good afternoon, and thank you so much for having me here. Okay, my name is Gimeng, Director in charge of all data engineering and data infrastructure products in GovTech. Okay, Apex is one of them. And what does Apex stand for? Apex stands for API Exchange. It was imagined and delivered back in 2017, at a time where it was very cumbersome, very troublesome for people to get access to data across the government agencies. Back then, you had to send in manual requests, fill out a form, there's a workflow, usually offline through emails, and those were unpleasant memories. Okay, gladly, those remain as memories because we have started Apex, and Apex is meant to solve a few simple pain points that customers faces. First, Apex streamlines the API lifecycle all the way from the stage of registration to publication to a retirement of your APIs. It makes it very simple and in fact centralized the management of security analytics and compliance. Basically, it extracts out all the complexity of an API gateway system so that you can focus on your business needs. For example, in terms of the one-stop payroll, they can focus on the integration with the vendors, and not just any vendors, the payroll vendors that the businesses are already using today. What happens is there's no change in the business process, as Siwei kindly mentioned, and that means a lot to our agencies when they adopt the solution. I'm proud to represent this team because today, more than 30 plus government agencies already uses Apex as their data sharing mechanism. It enables not just interagency collaboration to happen seamlessly, but we have further expanded our capability to allow our agencies to publish APIs to the public, including businesses and citizens. We are able to scale out because we are on the GCC, the government commercial cloud, and this means a lot to our customers. They don't have to reinvent the tech stack because we are part of the SG tech stack, meaning that we enable all developers, be it our vendor developer partners or our own developer in-house, to create modern, secure, and scalable deployments with a single standard across the entire government of Singapore. Specifically, I want to sum out what is OSP meant to us. So one-stop payrolls is a multi-agency collaboration that enables seamless filing for businesses and employers via payroll software. This sentence means a lot to me because there are many stakeholders involved. which means there's many opportunity for me to delight the customers. I can delight the businesses because they don't have to deal with a different software they are not familiar with. I can delight the payroll vendors because they can expand their offering to their customers, increase their value chain, and create more business opportunities for themselves in the future. But last but not least, I delight my agencies. They don't have to go to various service providers, deal with various integration systems, use Apex. And all the problems are solved because we standardize the data formats, which simplifies integration, which is a very big thing. We also automate the submissions, meaning if you are the employer, you just go about doing your daily business of paying your employees. That's all you need to do. The submissions in terms of regulatory reporting are all done automatically in the backend for you. And this is not just to one agency, but 3 at one go. Okay? We are talking about different reporting frequencies in different parts of the year, things that you may forget to do, and things that may get you into trouble because those are regulatory requirements. So I'm very grateful to CPF Board in IRAS and the Ministry of Manpower that partnered us in this endeavor to streamline our citizen services in terms of payment and submissions of regulatory reporting. Okay, you can probably read for yourself because I kept it short and simple. Apex can support our projects, not just government projects, but if you are a vendor and you intend to use the SG tech stack and work with us, please come to us and we can talk about how you can better improve the way you conduct regulatory compliance, the way you collaborate or build systems for the government agencies, and the way they transfer data across the government and across the private sector. Last but not least, I want to highlight a very important point that is close to our heart. I come from this team called the Core Engineering Product Team. Again, what we mean is that we actually enable a lot of the other platforms and apps that you see. But few can see our work. We are always working in the dark. But I'm proud to stand here and represent this team because we have managed to bring data to light and to bring smiles to our customers' face. And that means a lot to us who works in the background to bring all this value to our customers. Last but not least, I want to shout out to my various product teams who have booths over here. So over to your left, under Zone 4, there's an Apex booth over there. And all the way to Zone 1, there's a Cloak team that deals with privacy enhancing technologies. Please go there, scan your thing, win some prizes, okay, and collaborate with us. Tell us what you need and we'll take the feedback and improve ourselves. For Singapore, thank you.